Hi, I'm Molly. I make videos for you, and today's video is going to be all about creating your morning routine. If you know me, you know that mornings and my morning routine are very sacred to me. I just think it's so important to do things that bring you joy and set you up for success for whatever you have planned that day. And I also think it's just very important to be intentional with your time. And that includes crafting a morning routine that makes you feel joy and sets you up for success and helps you be your best self. And I had a friend reach out to me recently because she knows how passionate and excited I am about being intentional with my mornings, and she asked for some tips. And it really inspired me to want to make this video. I know I have been a little bit less active on YouTube lately. If you want to learn about why, you can feel free to go watch my last vlog. I talked about it a little bit at the end, but getting started talking about this topic specifically just got me super excited and inspired. And I wanted to be able to share some of my best tips with you guys in case it's something that you're interested in learning about. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So my first tip is to welcome the trial and error. There are so many different morning routines out there that are, done a million different ways that are going to work for a million different kinds of people, and not one of them needs to be exactly the same. Just because it works for one person doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work for you, and that's totally okay. I know that for me, something that was really beneficial was a video I did a while back where I tested 5 different CEO morning routines, and this was super beneficial for me because I was able to kind of break down exactly what they did and take the bits and pieces away from those routines that worked for me and leave the rest behind. If you're the kind of person that, doesn't really like to work out first thing in the morning, and you don't really like to hit the ground running, you want a more slow, easy pace, then do that. Grab a book. Read something that makes you happy in the morning, take a nice hot shower, whatever works for you. If you're the kind of person that needs more regimen and likes to hit the ground running and exercise first thing and get a ton accomplished in the morning, do that too. There's no one size fits all, and I think it's really easy to compare ourselves and the things that work for us to other people. But at the end of the day, your morning routine is about you and what works for you, and you shouldn't compare yourself. And so if something isn't working, change it and just welcome in that trial and error. Don't get stuck in your ways. Don't let yourself feel judged or uncomfortable. Just welcome it. My next tip is to go to bed at an appropriate time. I say go to bed at an appropriate time because I know not everybody needs to go to bed super early, because not every morning routine requires you to be an early riser, and that's totally okay. But you do need to be giving your body adequate rest if you expect to wake up and hit the ground running and feel energized and, rested and ready to start the day. I know that hustle culture tells us that, we need to grind nonstop and hustle all day and never sleep and you're always working, and I just totally reject that idea entirely. I think that sleep is a basic human necessity, and regardless of the time that you're waking up, you need to be going to bed at an appropriate time for that wake up time. So for me, I know that I function best when I get that 7 to 9 hour range of sleep. And so I respect my body, I respect what my basic human needs are, and I make sure that I get that every night so that I am ready to go and feeling energized in the morning. My next tip is to prep the night before. I know that mornings can feel kind of overwhelming or rushed when you have a lot of decisions to make, but your brain isn't fully on yet. And I think that a good morning routine starts the night before by going to bed early and just kind of prepping things for yourself. So whether that is, creating a little to-do list on the Notes app in your phone or on a piece of paper, whatever works for you, of just the things that you wanted to accomplish that morning, at least when you first start out, so that you remember kind of like the structure of how you like to do things. If you want a more regimented morning routine, something for me that I like to do that I know that helps me is picking out my outfit the night before. You don't necessarily have to lay the clothes out, but I will just kind of like go through my clothes and be like, oh, you know what? Based on this weather tomorrow, I'm gonna wear jeans and a t-shirt, and this is the jeans that I'm gonna wear, and I'll just make a mental note. And little stuff like that just helps me so much, because then I don't have to think about those things. I can just do them, and I can focus my mental energy in the mornings on myself and the things that bring me joy, and be a lot more intentional with my time and energy. This next tip is probably my favorite, and that is to give yourself windows. When I first started creating my morning routine, I was very strict on myself, and I had to wake up every single day at the exact same time, regardless of how tired I was. I had to go to bed every single night at the exact same time, regardless of anything that was going on in my life, if I wanted to hang out with friends or whatever. I was so strict on myself and regimented, and it almost made me resent my morning routine. So since then, I have implemented windows. So my nighttime window is from 9:30 to 10:30. 9:30 being the, optimal time to get in bed, to 10:30 being the latest I should go to bed. And I feel like this gave me choice back in the matter without removing the consistency of getting in bed around the same time every day. In the mornings, my window is from 6:45 to 7:15. This just provides me with a little bit more time. If I'm feeling extra sleepy that day, it's not going to kill anyone if I sleep for 15 extra minutes. But if I feel well rested and energized at 6:45, then I'm getting up and getting out of bed. And I think that having that choice in the matter without removing the consistency is really key. And my last tip is to include things that bring you joy. I think that including things that brings you joy gives you something to look forward to. It gives you a reason to get excited about waking up in the morning. I know that it's really easy whenever you create a routine for things to feel really mundane or monotonous. And especially after the past year and a half that we've had, maybe you're working from home and things feel very mundane, or you're not able to do the things that you used to do that brought you joy. I think that finding other avenues for things that bring you joy and introducing them in some way first thing in the morning in your morning routine is a really, really great way to start your day off on a really positive note and help you feel excited to get out of bed every day. I know the feeling of waking up and being like, what's the point? And I have felt like that so many times in my life. And I'm not saying that that feeling ever goes away permanently, or that, you won't have off days, but giving yourself something to look forward to in the morning is such a great way to encourage yourself and be your own best friend and own biggest supporter. And I think that that's another really big benefit of kind of keeping your routine flexible and not allowing yourself to fall into a rut, but being malleable and listening to your body and saying, okay, my body is telling me that tomorrow when I wake up, I really want to get some energy out. I have some pent up energy and I really want to exercise first thing in the morning. Or vice versa, my body is telling me I need to slow down, and tomorrow I want to wake up and just sit and listen to music and have a cup of coffee on my couch. And both are perfectly acceptable, perfectly beautiful, perfectly wonderful, and will bring you joy and help you feel grounded and help set you up for success and give you a reason. And that's what it's all about, is creating something that's perfect for you and being there for yourself and having the almost like self-discipline to find it in yourself to be your own biggest supporter and be your own biggest cheerleader. And you know, sometimes when we need support, we need someone to pull us off of our butts and get into gear. And sometimes when we need support, we need someone to tell us to slow down. And if we can be that person for ourselves and be that in tune with our bodies and our spirits, then I think that is like the ultimate goal. Thank you so much for watching this video, for coming to my channel. I appreciate it more than you know. If you have any questions about morning routines, whether it's my morning routine or you have specific questions about how to craft yours, let me know. I'm always happy to help. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions for other videos that you want to see from me, leave it in the comments down below and let me know if you try any of these tips. I'm really, really curious to hear about y'all's experiences. It's super valuable to me. I love connecting with y'all on here. So yeah, anyway, I'll be quiet. Have a great rest of your day. I hope that you like this video and I hope that you will come back for more, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you later, guys.